Hey there, EDCI 704 candidates. Dr. Palermo with the Week 10 instructional message for you. It is the last week of the short summer semester, and you're wrapping up your work. There's no new reading or discussions to do this week. You basically have to revise and upload your three evidences, and there's plenty to do there. Now, I looked at your PEs and your CNAs, and you should have the feedback that you need to load those into TaskStream and get have assessments done there. I see this morning that the PLPs are all loaded, and I will be reading those today, Tuesday, the 19th, such that you have a week to use that feedback to revise and upload those into TaskStream. So again, that's your major task this week. The summer session is wrapping up, and we are already looking ahead into fall, we the instructors, and also planning for the CILD summer seminar next week. So let me share some information with you about that I hope will be helpful, and then I'll be ready to answer your questions and go from there. Dr. Brown has released or recommended to Dr. Uri, the dean, the fall schedule, and it looks like I'm scheduled to teach EDCI 706 in Goldsboro. That is the big focus in 706 is on change and leading change. Hall and Horde is the major text, and you'll continue with evidence work, the implementation of the program evaluation, and several of the others. Well, we may want to spend a little bit of time, since we are going to be a cohort and instructor again, we may want to spend some time together at the summer seminar talking a little bit about the fall and kicking it off. Also, Doctors Parker and Clark, who are going to be again joining me in Goldsboro for the fall semester, have proposed that we might start early. Now they're exploring this plan, but I'll have more to tell you about that next week when we're together. And I want to try to create a 3-weekend low-res schedule that will meet your needs, as well as spread out the artifact work. So we'll talk about that some more next week, but we may want to start early in August prior to you starting back with all of your busy school schedules. We'll see. Uh, I'm sorry to say that a formal schedule has not been released yet, but when we look at the draft CILD schedule that I do have my hands on, and I'll tell you that it is a draft, that this zip file in 2 parts with Monday and Tuesday on separate days is not finalized, but let me tell you something about it. After the welcome and the keynote on Monday morning, Monday afternoon and Tuesday morning will be a whole variety of different, there are going to be 5 blocks with lots of different choices for you. And many of them are EDCI candidates themselves who are presenting either their proposal or a variety of different artifact work or things that they have created and want to share with you. Some of them are going to be really helpful. Some will inform evidences that you still need to work on. Perhaps the PLP or some others will be helpful to you. There are also sessions by adjuncts and faculty. Dr. Kelsey Musselman on SPSS, that might be an interesting one. Several that I want to point out. Allison Syverson, this in the 1 o'clock block on Monday, is a presentation of a dissertation proposal. Allison's going to be defending her proposal for chapters 1 to 3 in front of a group of 12. That's going to fill up, and I might recommend signing up for that early. If you don't get into the Allison Syverson session, this Blair Austin in the 1 o'clock block is also a dissertation proposal defense. I think it would be helpful for you to see one of those defenses. There's at least one other later. Nan Danauer on Tuesday morning is another choice if you don't get to see that. In each of the blocks, there is also a how to write a dissertation presentation. Here in the 1 o'clock block on Monday, Dr. Steve Bingham is Introduction to Discipline Inquiry. So if you're still getting started on your dissertation, that's a good one to check out. Drs. Parker and Clark have a session. Here's another PLP. This is Dr. Roth, an adjunct, about MTSS. So a variety of different presentations. Many of them I hope will be interesting to you, and if one fills up, there ought to be plenty of places to go. Palermo on writing a dissertation. Don't feel obligated to come to that because of me. Go somewhere else, and you can probably get that from me later. What you should know is that the school got cheap, and they're feeding you lunch on Monday, but not other meals. After 4 or 5 o'clock on Monday, you're on your own. So make a plan as a cohort to go out for dinner or something. And maybe we can go to dinner. I'm supposed to be in a faculty dinner, but anyway, the evening of Monday is for faculty, so you're on your own. Then take a look at the Tuesday schedule also. Oh boy, I messed that up. Let's see. Let's see if I can get back here quickly. The by date is a zip file. In the zip file, again, are the Monday and Tuesday schedules. And again, this is an old draft, so here's Tuesday. So again, Nan Danauer, first block Tuesday morning. You do get a coffee and a roll on Tuesday morning. Get some breakfast before you come for something substantial. Nan Danauer is a dissertation defense. That's another one. So if you miss, go to one. Try to get into at least one of those. Dr. Brown about writing chapter 5. If you missed that this year, it should be repeated next year. So there's a tip for you, though. Hearing from Dr. Brown, get to see some of these folks who you only know vaguely, and maybe that'll be helpful. Emily Robertson, Natalie Bishop, that's guaranteed to be a good session at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. And at the end, there's going to be more information about this later, but 11:30 to 12:30 on Tuesday morning is a panel discussion with recent graduates talking about the process of writing their dissertation. That is generally a pretty interesting session. And then you're done at 12:30 on Tuesday, ready to ride home, or perhaps for us to meet briefly to plan a little bit for fall session. Anyway, that's a quick overview. This is a draft. You should know this is a draft. Please don't hold me to this if any of that changes between now and next week. Otherwise, you need to get your work in, and you've got plenty to do. I've got plenty of PLPs to grade, and I've been switching between my various courses. Wrapped up the master's stuff yesterday. I will read PLPs today. I promise. Spend lots of time at your computer revising and uploading evidences this week. We're in the crunch time. You have one week left, basically. Write to me if you have any questions. Thanks.